What it is, what it do, cyber world, it is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for your love, your support, the shares, the comments, the love. Everything makes a huge difference. And getting us more and more to 500,000 streams worldwide and growing daily would not be possible without you guys. Today, we are joined by author, speaker, and lifestyle coach, the beautiful Conni Ponturo. Hey, Conni.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome.
And it's a pleasure to talk with you.
Yes, as it is a pleasure to speak with you today. All right. So, Conni, let us know, where are you from?
I'm from New York. I grew up in Long Island, outside of New York.
Ooh, yay. My fellow New Yorker. See, I knew that we were kindred spirits.
See, me too, yes.
So, as a kid, Conni, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, there was only one thing. I always wanted to be a dancer.
Really?
I was the little girl who walked around in her, in her tutu. I had dance shoes always. I could see the world as a kid through movement. I could see people's bodies, and I understood them, and it was my love of movement. And I was a dancer, and a dancer only. That's pretty much what I wanted to be, and what I danced through high school, graduated early, and went into New York City to dance. And from that, went to NYU School of the Arts, Tisch School of the Arts, as a dance major. And so that was my dream.
So how did that coincide with fitness? When did the shift happen?
Well, as a dancer, obviously you have to make money. So I put myself through teaching aerobic classes, and was always working with movement. So dance and fitness is not different. They're the same. Movement is movement. And I always tell people, they're like, well, I can do this, but I can't do that. Well, if you can walk, honestly, you're a mover. You're a mover. And some people learn quickly. They pick up steps, and they've got rhythm. And some people are clunky, so they need more time. So I always think that they need just a little bit more time. But we want to, as human beings, be movers, because that's what our bodies were meant to do.
Absolutely. What obstacles did you face as you were, well, not necessarily say transitioning, but as you were moving more towards the business aspect of maintaining and creating this life with your love of dance? What obstacles were you facing?
Oh, well, first of all, I developed arthritis in my toes. So at the age of 20, I had to give up my love of dance. So, I was like, that is all I had ever wanted to do, and that's all I ever knew. So I was a little lost. And so after that, I had to kind of redefine who I was. I became a massage therapist for a while. I was an actor for a while. And all of these things kind of went into my toolbox. And it was really my husband who said, hey, there's this thing called Pilates, and I think you would be really good at it. Sounds like everything you do. And so when I went into that world, I was like, I found my home. I found my voice again, and my love of movement. So if I couldn't be a dancer professionally, at least this kind of gave me some of what I got from, dancing.
Would you say that there was like a specific event or a specific instance that happened that was confirmation for you?
Oh, yes. My daughter, I had my son was 6, my daughter was 2, and I was really struggling because I had waited until I was older to have children, but I just knew that there was more for me, but I just didn't know what. And I had somebody ask me if I would take over her class for a while, and I was doing that, and I was just really jazzed doing it. And there was a moment, and I'll never forget it, where I was looked in the mirror, and I saw myself, and I said, that's what you were meant to do. So I was a teacher. I was really a teacher. And my passion is allowing people to discover how movement can change their life and really find joy in it.
Absolutely.
And that has been since I was a child till now, just carried through.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're talking more with Conni, and we're talking about finding balance in life. There's so much stress and craziness that goes on in the world. How do we become centered and find some of that joy that we've been missing. So, you guys, hang tight with us. We'll be right back. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. We appreciate you guys so much. We're chatting today with Conni Ponturo, movement and lifestyle coach, and we're talking about stresses of life. All right, Conni, so people today, you know, we got kids, we got bills, we got these crazy jobs, we got these spouses to find, all these things going on in our lives. How do we find balance in our world?
That is such a great question. You know, the stress out there, that's the chronic stress that really wears us down.
Yeah.
And first off, the thing that we forget to do daily is to take a breath, to breathe. And when I say that to people, they laugh at me. But that's really in my 8 steps to finding out who you are and falling in love with your body is to breathe. And I'll tell you why. Because what happens is we run from thing to thing, right? We run from our home to work, pick up kids, take care of our partners, and we leave very little for ourselves. So if we wake up and we take a deep breath in, we take 2 what I call focused breaths. So you inhale for 2 counts, hold the breath for 2 counts, and then slowly exhale for 2 counts. It centers you. And if you do that 3 times when you get in your car before you go to work, 3 times before you pick up your kids, 3 breaths before you have an argument, all of a sudden it brings you back to who you are and you realize, wait a minute, I could take a step back. I could be a little bit more present and I could have a little more fun in this situation.
Good point. Really, really good point. Let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind this latest book.
Yeah. So I've been teaching Pilates for over 2 decades, and I have a lot of clients with different issues. I work with people with chronic pain usually, and my job is to really help them find the joy that they have. And so that was really what happened. My father, luckily enough, lived to be over 100 years old.
Wow.
And I know, isn't that crazy?
That's amazing.
And I know, and I was taking care of him, and I knew it was really the last time I was going to see him. And we spent a great week together, and we talked about everything. And one night as I was journaling, I just popped into my head, it said, falling into joy. And I just wrote it down, and I didn't know really what it meant. But all of a sudden, I was like, that's the title of the book, Falling into Joy. And, you know, we think that joy has got to be big. It's like I won the lottery. But it's really not. It's those small moments. It's waking up and seeing the sunrise. It's having your first cup of coffee. It's realizing, hey, I did that today. I did something really good. That's where our joys are. And the more joys that we notice, the more joys that we get back. And it just grows exponentially.
Yes, I agree with that tremendously because I think that we're in such a society, everybody's just always constantly on the move. Everything's just fast and just, you know, microwave everything. Just taking the time, you know, taking that time for yourself.
And especially as women, unfortunately, you know, I hate to kind of group us all together, but we are very good givers. And, you know, I'll take care of everybody. I'll do that. Let me take you. Let me help you. But we're not very good receivers for ourselves, meaning we put everyone else's oxygen mask on first.
Yeah.
And we're the last, and especially if you have a family, we are really last.
Yeah.
So if you don't, you know, self-care, being selfish is really self-care.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely.
Be a little bit more selfish.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Connie. I mean, I've watched my mom. My mom passed a little over 4 years ago, and it was one of those things where I see back now, it's like she didn't take enough time for herself. She was
Right.
always worried about us and doing everything for us.
Right.
And I would,
Right.
I would have to literally like force her to go and get a massage or go get her nails done. And
Yeah.
I would have to do it. Like I would have to literally get a gift certificate and put her name on
Right.
it so that she couldn't give it away to
Right.
someone else
Right.
and drop
And
her
the question
off.
is, did she even use it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you had
Hmm.
to make her go use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I had to. And so that's one of the promises that I made to myself is that I'm going to do more for myself because she didn't.
Yes.
She didn't do for
Right.
herself nearly as
Right.
much
And
as she could have.
right. And if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to do this show?
Yeah,
Right? How are you going to be the best you? And
exactly.
people, you're helping so many people with what you talk about. You have to be able to have a reserve for yourself.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, think of it like this. We have a container inside of us, and that handles all of our emotions. If we do self-care, and that means taking breaths,
Mm-hmm.
going out and walking, taking care of our bodies, exercising, if we meditate, if we take care of this container that we have gets larger and larger, which means we can handle more things, which means that we can deal with the world a little better so that when stress happens, someone cuts you off in traffic, you're not screaming at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like going, okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
no problem. And you're going on with your day.
Exactly. I mean, that's the best it's the best medicine and it's
Yeah.
taken time and I think time, wisdom, maturity, I think all of that kind of goes hand in hand. Because,
Yeah.
Ash 10 years ago probably would be cursing at the person across the way that just cut me off. But,
Right.
but today, like you said, it's when you learn, my grandmother always had a saying, she said, what don't cost life don't cost nothing. And
Right.
it's so true. Like, so don't stress
Yeah.
the stuff that, it's not going to take everything out of you, and we want you to be here tomorrow. We need those words of encouragement. And,
Of course.
yes.
And it's not going to be perfect. And it's
No.
not going to be perfect.
Mm-mm.
And we have to throw that away.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I mean, I used to be more perfect, like, oh, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, the perfection is going to stop you from doing stuff. So just get it done.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Get it.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. All right, last but certainly not least, Connie, what advice do you have for any person out there that is struggling in life? Could be struggling in any aspect of life and they don't know how to find that balance.
Well, I mean, I always think your struggle, wherever you are in your life, is your opportunity.
Mm.
So don't embrace the struggle as like, oh my God, I'm not worth it. I'm not going to make it. If you take a deep breath and say, there's a reason for this struggle,
Mm-hmm.
what is it? So I always say, pain is a gift.
Mm.
And it's here to teach us something. So that struggle is here to teach you something. So what's it here to teach you? Do you have to lighten up on yourself? Do you maybe have to kick your butt? Do you maybe have to find what your passion is? I think if people take a step back and don't always, get so stressed. It's the tension, it's the stress and the craziness that makes us get so wound up. If you could take a couple deep breaths, if you could start journaling, if you could start taking your focus off yourself and start helping other people.
Yeah.
What service can you be of in this world? What can you do for others?
Yeah.
What do you have? What gifts do you have? Because I'm sure you have so many gifts that other people need. And all of a sudden, if you stop helping other people, the attention comes off you. And all of a sudden, you're like feeling good and have ideas. And the universe and your body are always talking to you. You're always getting signs. You're just not looking for them. So my thing is, start looking for the signs around you. Mm-hmm. Life was not meant to be horrible and a struggle and the most terrible thing you have to get through. It really was not meant to be that way. So take a deep breath and just kind of take a step back and say, oh, what do I need to see here that I'm not seeing?
Mm-hmm. Love it, love it, love it. Connie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh,
we
my
appreciate
pleasure.
you. And let the audience know the best way to get in contact with you and to follow you on social.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, I'm Conni Ponturo, one word. On Facebook, I'm Connie Brunner Ponturo, which is my maiden name. My book is Falling into Joy, 8 Simple Steps to Allow Your Body to Become Your Best Friend. You can get it on Amazon. And also, ConniePonturo.com, I have videos, 8 videos that go along with my 8 steps. Really simple, easy, 2 minutes, you're in, you're out. And then just great ideas how you can take care of your body and have fun. And I think that's the most important thing. Let's all just lighten up a little bit and have a little bit more fun.
This is true. Find your joy. Find what makes you happy.
Find your joy.
Yes.
Exactly.
Appreciate that.
Joy, Ash.
Yes,
As
yes.
You are a true joy. So,
thank
keep
you.
up what you're doing.
Definitely.
Yes,
I appreciate that so much, Connie. And much more success to you, 2018 and beyond. We see that. It's coming.
Yep.
We're claiming that.
Yep. You know it. Absolutely.
Oh, well, we appreciate you guys, and thank you for downloading the show. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.